Hello. What is this? Wrong. It's actually the 176-piece 2007 Lego Bionicles set, known as Gedunka, but you wouldn't know that because you didn't see the bigger picture. Is sweaty gamer lingo for I want this. How do I get it? Before we begin, this is a video short version for Goldfish Brain. Much like chess, Deadlock is a game of trades. Teams that learn to look for good trades and force the other team to make bad trades usually win. Good macro is a result of learning to be aware of your team's cooldowns and the other team's cooldowns, as well as knowing when map objectives and resources spawn. The better you are at keeping track of these, the more you'll be able to recognize good trades and capitalize on opportunity. But you need to understand it's a trade. Sometimes you gotta give something to get something. You gotta lose the war to win the game. Basically, stop leaving the side lane to go help with the team fight on blue. You push that walker! So, what is macro for the average Deadlock moron? Well, really, it's pretty simple. You ready? Here it is. Sandwich. Put simply, macro is the ability to think about more than yourself. And this can be kinda hard to do in Deadlock for new players or stupid people, because you already got a lot on your plate just trying to stay alive and learn how the game works. So we're gonna break it down in layers, like a sandwich. Bread is going to be learning the schedule. Not going to spend a ton of time on this because honestly it's kind of boring and I already made the best way to remember it, but the lane stage kind of has a certain flow to it, and the better you get at mastering this flow, the easier it is to set yourself up for a win. Jalal, what do you mean? Early game is about two things: taking their tower and making money. I really hope you already know how to take the tower, but a lot of people seem to get hung up on the making money part. Most of your money in lane stage comes from clearing the wave, but at certain points in the game, jungle camps, boxes, and vaults will spawn. If you know when they spawn and you can scare the other team away from theirs, then you can supplement your money from the wave with money from the camps. The more money you have, the stronger you are, the easier it is to take the tower. Memorize these timings. I promise it will make your life so much easier. But how am I supposed to scare the other team off if they just keep killing? That's where the next layer comes in. What kind of sandwich am I gonna do? The beef is the meat of the macro sandwich. Think about the other team, starting with their cooldowns. Now, you don't gotta memorize every single character's ability cooldowns, how much shorter it gets when it's upgraded. They have cooldown reduction item. How long is every individual item? No. Relax. You only gotta think about the big ones. And you probably already are, because a lot of them make people very... Who designed this character? This little icon at the top of the screen tells you who has their ult, who doesn't, and how long until they get it. Pay attention to that. You should know if the person you're about to fight can push a button on their keyboard and turn you into a ragdoll. And if you don't have backup or a way to counter it, reconsider, probably. If their strongest player is on the sidelines and their weakest link has the boogie woogie, you have advantage. Get in there. Learn to recognize these moments of opportunity. Now, somebody somewhere once said that people are creatures of habit, and I find this to be generally true because 7 players keep saying mean things to me. And I know your small little brain is running out of hard drive space, but a lot of you would probably greatly benefit from keeping track of what the other team is doing. Start small, you know? Maybe just pick one person and every 30 seconds or so do a mental check on where they are and what they're doing. Maybe you notice the Haze is constantly alone on yellow, or that the Mina likes to roam a lot and she's usually at every team fight, or maybe the Kevin has a bad habit of extending just a little bit too far. Predictable behavior can be punished, but you first have to know where to look. Let's practice some pattern recognition, yeah? Here's another concept of macro that I really want you to get familiar with. It's called the, hey, look over here, we're taking... Never mind, just kidding. In a really stupid kind of way, think of macro as misdirection for opportunity. For example, right? I want this walker. I can't get it because some stupid 7 has moved into yellow lane permanently. And every time I try to push the walker, he gets scared, calls for help, and then 3 people show up, beat me, then steal my lunch money. So how do I get around this? By creating an opportunity. Look, we're running earn. Look, there's 3 of us pushing your other walker. Look at us, we're starting mid-boss. Manipulating the other team's attention with side objectives can give you the space that you need for that one final push. But you can also apply this to team fights or ganks too. You'd be surprised at how many fights you can turn around just by acting scared and kiting them back to your base until you turn around and... This is part of the reason why I've been referring to macro as scheming throughout the video. The other part is just that scheming is really fun to say. If you can't find a window to take the thing that you need, it's because you aren't making one. But sometimes making an opportunity has a price. Trading.
Take a check. I'll give you $17.95. $17.95 for the mini TV.
If I were to sit down and say, hey, let's make a deal, all right? You give me $10 and I will give you no dollars. You would be like, no, that's a horrible deal because my offer does not match the value of your offer. Why are you not doing this in Deadlock, you idiot? Deadlock is a game built on trades. You are not expected to keep your starting tower for the entire game. Sooner or later, you will lose that tower. And when you do, you better make sure that you're taking something of equal value from the other team. And if it's not of equal value, then you gotta be taking something, man. Get a pick on the weakest link, or steal some vaults, or some of their jungle. Take bridge buffs while they're doing mid-boss. If 3 people on your team are holding off a 5-man siege on Blue Walker, and you're off on a side lane, pushing a walker, but nobody is stopping you, I don't care if the comms sound like a COD lobby. We're over here dying for that walker. You better get it. I think it's pretty easy for a lot of people to take a look at the map and be like, okay, there's like 7 people over here. What's going on? I gotta go over there and check it out. But before you do that, consider that whenever the enemy team is putting a lot of pressure on one specific point in the map, it also means there's an opening somewhere else. Ask yourself, what is better for my team? And then make the call. You won't always be right, but I mean, you're watching this video, so congratulations, you have now graduated Chalant School of Macro Sandwich. Here's a sticker and a couple of ground rules to help keep you alive. Ground rule 1. Waves win games. Remember this one? Waves are important for 3 reasons. They are the best source of money for your team. Pushing out a wave gives you control over the map and puts pressure on the enemy team, and having pressure on the other team creates opportunities for your team. Rule 2. Don't trust your teammates. But I thought Deadlock was a team. No, I'm not saying 1v11, and no, I'm not saying you shouldn't fight with your teammates and help them. What I mean is you should not be trusting your teammates to be making the right decisions at any given time. You guys, we have 2 waves hitting our walkers right now. If you have a lane partner who is consistently inting the tower and dying, then it is up to you to... Okay, see, now I gotta take the sticker back because nobody's listening to me anymore. If your teammate keeps dying, it is up to you to pick up their slack by becoming stronger than them, not by dying with them. 3. Remember what MOBA stands for. Money over basically anything. Not really, but like this game is a race of economy to be more rich more often than the other team. So basically, if you have downtime and there's nothing that requires your immediate attention, go make the money. There's a little bit of nuance to this one, but we'll touch on it again later. Or be passive and then aggressive, also known as learn to fight with advantage. If you or your team is up in money, numbers, or pressure, get in there and make the most of your lead while you have it. If you are down one or all of these things, then consider playing like you just lost your mom in the grocery store. I'm gonna rip another rule from the bomb guy. Thanks, Flunky.
If you're the physically closest person to a lane, you assume...
Pretty self-explanatory. I mean, come on, guys. There's a mess close to you. Go clean it up. Sick!
You could stop at 5 or 6 stores, or just one. Can I ask you kind of a weird question?